Unfortunately, Arsenal's Premier League season is over. The Gunners fell to a 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge, and Liverpool look like they're running away with the title. The game on Sunday night was very even. Arsenal captain Martin Ødegaard returned to the fold, but that wasn't enough to get Arsenal over the line. On the face of it, a draw at Stamford Bridge would have been a good point, but it also continues Arsenal's top 6 unbeaten record. But you've got to caveat that with the fact that now the title looks out of Arsenal's reach. Arsenal are now 9 points behind league leaders Liverpool, and while City look like they are hitting some bad form, only losing 4 in a row for the first time in Pep's career, the gap between Arsenal and Liverpool now seems insurmountable. Arsenal's issues extend prior to this game. They have had a poor start to the season overall, cost points due to individual errors, red cards and injuries. The past 2 months have been a disaster for the Gunners, and the Ødegaard injury arguably is what derailed the season the most. On the most part, refereeing decisions, bad injuries, etc., external factors to Arsenal, but there are no excuses when it comes to the Chelsea game. We had our best 11 out there. There was no real high-profile refereeing errors, and we just were not good enough on the day. It looks like, weirdly, our chance creation from last season is down. Yes, Ødegaard wasn't fully fit, and he did create the best chance we had in the game. Maybe a lack of clinical nature does also come into it, but Arsenal do seem off the pace right now. As an Arsenal fan, it is so hard to watch. We are not at it, not close to the standards that we set last season. Liverpool are comfortably the best team in the league so far, even though they have had an easy start to the campaign. They could run away with it, especially with Man City being so poor and so injury prone, as are we. Despite what is looking like an upcoming run of easier games for the Gunners, I now do believe that the season in terms of the Premier League is over. Let's just secure top 4, start winning games, and miracles can happen. That said, we are still one of the best teams in Europe. So if we can find our groove, get some momentum, we are still in 3 other important competitions. Of course, these 3 are the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. These are 3 massive competitions that, well, not the Carabao Cup, but 2 massive competitions and a major honour that realistically Arsenal have a very good chance of winning. Overall, this team needs to start building a winning culture some way or another, and I think a long way can be by prioritising these competitions and getting a result in one of them. Just to kickstart that winning nature at the club. Learn how to win by winning, basically. So I do believe we can target 1, maybe even 2 of these competitions, especially if we take the league as a secondary note, because the league does look like it is over. We need luck, obviously, in a cup competition, a good run of injuries, and to start to develop some momentum going forwards to build on and start getting the squad together and gelling, and also the positive atmosphere. Arsenal as a whole in recent years has been very much built around positive mentality of the players. It is the only way that we can do things. Adjust the goals and attack other objectives to make positive of a bad situation that we find ourselves in at the moment. What do we need to do as fans? We need to believe. We need to adjust our expectations for the time being. A lot of things have happened this season that are outside of Arteta and Arsenal's control. There's no need to panic. We know how good Arteta is. He's brought us from being 8th in the league to 2nd, and probably should have won it last year. I'd say on numbers and probably performances, other than points, we were the best team in the league last season. Only 2 points off the top spot. The record amount of goals in a Premier League season for Arsenal. So let's not panic. Let's not get disheartened. The team has progressed. I actually think now the personnel in the team is probably better suited to winning things than it was last season. But obviously, factors have come into it. Not just performances. Yes, they've been poor, but injuries, red cards, etc. We arguably have a stronger team this season, as I said. So let's get it right. Believe in the squad. Let's not lose hope. Not in the Premier League. I do think that's gone. But in other competitions. Don't let your belief in the system and the progression we've made waver for a second, because we are Arsenal Football Club at the end of the day. We will strive for those top honours. And don't get me wrong, next season we can try and win the league again. What I'm trying to say is, as an Arsenal fan, it's easy to be dejected. I felt dejected myself after yesterday, especially when Trossard tapped on that pass through instead of leaving it for Havertz to get an easy tap in. I don't know if Saliba was offside in that move at the end of the game, but we will never know. We should have asked that question of VAR, not just left it to forever wanting to find out. That said, we are close in other competitions. Let's support the team, trust Mikel, trust the process, as well as the players who have come so far and so close in the last few years. We've got an elite squad, we've got an elite coach. Sometimes these things happen. Look at Liverpool when they had their injury crisis and they came nearly outside the top four in Klopp's third to last season, I think it was. So yeah, let's just carry on as we are. We can improve, we'll do better. Thank you very much for watching. That's my thoughts on Arsenal's title chances this season, the thoughts on the process, the thoughts on our form. Obviously, it's been pretty poor, especially after the game yesterday against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. But I hope you have enjoyed it. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time. Goodbye.